we're going to have a very fun week this week because I'm gonna be working on a dress today. I'm gonna get as far as I can get, and then my nieces are coming over and we're gonna do a sewing sleepover, which is something that we love to do. I hope to share a few clips from that, but it's always a little bit dicey recording when people are here just because I get so lost hosting and having fun with that. And then we are going to take all of the items that we have sewn, which is going to end up being matching dresses, and we're gonna go to New York City and have a little girls trip. So very, very exciting summer week. We are still very much in summer mode around here. And yeah, this is something that we really loved to do. Girls trips, sewing nights, girls nights, all that kind of stuff. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. I do not like to waste my time or my energy, and so cooking healthy foods for my family on toxic cookware is not something you will catch me doing. If you guys have hung around here for any amount of time, you know that we use and love our Caraway cookware set and have for over a year now, and that is why I'm excited to introduce them as a sponsor of today's video. The thing that I love most about Caraway is that I get the functionality of owning a non-stick cookware set, meaning that I can easily make eggs, I can easily make anything that would stick to a pan, doesn't stick to Caraway, and it does not have forever chemicals like Teflon. The founder of Caraway actually got Teflon flu from overheating a PTFE pan, which can happen very quickly. It can happen in 2.5 minutes, and whenever that happened, he knew there had to be a better way. Teflon is considered a forever chemical, and over 70% of fry pans sold in America have Teflon in them. The problem with Teflon is that it actually takes decades to leave your body, which is obviously not something that you want. Like I said, I just don't see why I would take the time to make these healthy foods, these farm fresh foods, sourcing the healthiest ingredients for my family, to then stick them in a pan that is giving us chemicals for decades in our body. I don't see that, I won't do it, and that's why I love Caraway. If you are wanting to swap out your pans for a non-toxic alternative, I highly recommend Caraway. I also recommend getting their cookware bundle, which is what I have. It includes 3 pans, 1 Dutch oven, 3 lids, and storage solutions for all of those things. So there's a lid holder and a storage organizer for all of your pans. Whenever you buy the cookware set, you save an additional 20% just by bundling, and then you can stack my code to save an extra 10%. Make sure to head to the link in my description to order your own Caraway set. Thanks again to Caraway for sponsoring today's video. So we have all agreed to have our bodices of the dress assembled before the sewing sleepover. We all chose kind of different patterns based on what we wanted, but we're using the same fabric and we are patchworking the skirts. Patchworking is a decent way to make matching outfits because you don't have to have like tons of yardage of the same fabric. You can kind of piece together some of the larger yardages that you have and make a cute little matching, dress with whomever you like. So if you are sewing for you and your daughter, you and your nieces, really anyone that you would match with, patchworking can be a good way to do that. So what I'm making right now are little loops for the side, because the side of my bodice laces up, and I'm making the loops for the laces to go through. Okay, so my machine is really bad about eating fabric, especially when it's small little pieces. So when I had to sew these tiny little loops, it hated that, and therefore I also did not have fun. So that took way longer than it should have, and I don't know how to fix it on my machine. I'm sure you guys will be able to tell me, but the next time I make this, I'm gonna just use eyelets instead of the loops. This is the Fortive tulip dress, by the way, and I'm really excited to sew it now that that part's over. I also just realized that I did not have this fully cut out. I had the lining cut out, or the self cut out, but not the lining. So now I have to do that. Hopefully I can start actually seeing some pieces come together very shortly to mitigate frustration. I just realized, and now that I'm saying this, it's obvious that I actually need double the amount of loops that I thought I did. So that whole first long process in the beginning needs to be repeated. I always tell myself that the whole point of sewing is going to be slower because I could get online and order a dress from Amazon or Old Navy in less than 15 minutes. So I'm going to now sew down these loops that I have pinned on here. And then I think I'm gonna call that good enough for this snap. I'm gonna toddler friendly this area, and then I'll likely come back to this afternoon while she's awake. But I kind of want to have a little bit of a rest because that was just less fun than I thought it would be. And I am going to just call it good enough for right now. And then we are going to hopefully come back to this and make some more progress. I fixed my mistake that I made. This is full of mistakes for me, so hopefully this turns out. And then I am now going to sew the side seams of this. This looks like it's being made with the burrito method, so that should be kind of fun and unique. And hopefully, I don't really know what my goal is for today. I guess to just get this next step done. I feel like everything on this is taking way longer than I thought it would. So we're just gonna keep going one step at a time. And I think my machine literally just broke. We're good, okay. With all four of us working, we made a really decent amount of progress on our patchwork pieces for the skirts of our dresses. We also decided that Trader Joe's dinner is the best for sewing sleepovers because it's already decided. So we got their orange chicken, we picked up some ice cream, got some fun sprinkles, and overall just had an awesome time listening to music, chatting, and putting a good dent in what we needed for the skirts for these dresses. Okay, we got decently far at the sewing sleepover. I am going to be trying to wrap up this dress, this snap. I'm going to be sewing as fast as I possibly can in order to accomplish this. so beautiful. These are going to be, I just love. In just 3 short days in New York City, we made some of the most incredible memories. We were moving very quickly through the city. We did a lot. One of the things we were all so excited about was going to the garment district and going to fun fabric stores, the first of which being Mood Fabrics, which you may have seen on Project Runway or on this channel. I have been to Mood before and I've brought you guys with me. It is an overwhelmingly amazing experience to get to shop there. They have so many options, so many bolts of fabric. None of us went home empty-handed, and we just had so much fun doing that and exploring the rest of the garment district. We also ate plenty of good food, went to Times Square, and we got to see Hamilton. It was such an incredible show. I have never seen it, listened to any of the songs, and I was pleasantly surprised by how amazing it was. We took the long train ride from Chelsea to Brooklyn to go to a fabric thrift store, and we were all blown away. We had so much fun doing that. And then that afternoon, we explored Soho. I love going to Soho just to see the amazing old architecture and eating some fun snacks, going into some shops. We had so much fun on this trip, and we ended up doing things that, even though I've been to New York over a dozen times, I've never actually done, like exploring Central Park. So we did the Belvedere Castle, watched the turtles on the lake, and had so much fun doing that. And then we also rented rowboats out on Central Park Lake, and it was so fun to get to see the skyline in that way from that vantage point. Was unique and fun, and it was pretty inexpensive, all things considered. So we had a wonderful time. I got so lost in having fun in New York that I forgot to get a clip of us in our dresses. So I'm going to put some clips of me in my kitchen in my dress at the very end of this video. But thank you so much for watching and joining me here for my sewing week and our trip to New York City. Have a great week.